Hello everyone and welcome to another random bits and pieces segment from my brain, and today, sit a while for we are playing some more Out of the Park Baseball 22 with my Montreal Expos historical. Right, so there's a lot that happened in the last stream. We lost 4 straight to the Padres, so that happened. Then our GM made a few trades, so we do not have... I'm sorry, I know I'm not looking at the camera, but I swear I'm here in body and mind. So we do not have Oil Can Boyd anymore. He was traded to the Dodgers for some prospects. And we do not have Mark Whitten anymore. He was traded to the Texas Rangers, who traded us Tom Gordon and Jason Johnson in return. So Tom Gordon should be joining our starting rotation. So in my save, now in real life, Tom Gordon was a lot more a reliever than he was a starter. But in my universe, he is a starter, and he's going to help our starting rotation, who has not been very good. Let's just face it here. Let's, be honest. So that's going to happen. However, the computer hasn't really made the moves yet, so I don't have Tom Gordon accessible to me or available to me right now. So if we look here, I only have 24 players, so my guess is that the computer is going to fix the lineup after the first game that we're going to play today against the Giants. So we're 1 man short for this game. That's okay, we should be okay, I hope. And in other news, it was supposed to be Jose Rosado's turn in the rotation, but he pitched at the All-Star game and he's tired, so I swapped him with Gabe White in the rotation. So now Jose Rosado is technically our second starter. A pretty fit spot for him. He's been playing pretty good. Gabe White moves into the 4th spot, and it's probably only until I get Tom Gordon. So then I'm probably going to put Tom Gordon here in Gabe White's spot. So that's pretty much the news surrounding our Expos right now. So we are maybe a little less exciting offensively, at least, but with Mark Whitten gone. But we do get Tom Gordon, and we didn't get much for Oil Can Boyd. He was not having a very good season, so we got some... what I like to call suspects, not prospects. We got some suspects, so we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so that's enough for that. So we have a 4-game series against the Giants. It is a work day for me. Yes, I have a real job. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the first 2 games, and I'm gonna try to come back later today to do the other 2. That may or may not happen that way. If I cannot get to it, I'll go ahead and do the other 2 games tomorrow around the same time. Alright, so that was a whole lot of talking, so let's get down to business. We're about to play the Giants. We played them recently, that was in San Francisco. So it looks like we're going to have a lefty duel on the mound here for the first game. We're going to be facing Trevor Wilson. So Trevor Wilson is having a little bit of an underwhelming season. He had a pretty good season last year, struggling maybe a little bit more this season. It's not completely dramatic, but he's not having the same kind of success he did last year. Let's take a look at their injuries. Oh, Tim Nearing is hurt. So Tim Nearing played in that series in San Francisco not too long ago, and he was actually pretty good against us, so not going to be playing here. Alright, so let's get this thing started. And of course on the injury front we still have Mark Davis and Mark Gubisa that are hurt. They're both less than a month away, unless they have a setback. So we should be seeing them sometime this season. Alright, so yeah, I guess the other thing that I didn't say is that thanks to Mark Whitten leaving, that opened up a spot for Ruben Rivera to be a starter now. So with the help of Jero Nallet, who is a user that follows me pretty much every time that I come live for those, so we decided that it was probably best to put Marquise Grissom in right and have Ruben Rivera at center, and then I checked their defensive stats and the numbers check out. So Marquise Grissom is now our right fielder and Ruben Rivera is going to be our starting center fielder now that there's a spot open. Alright, so we're in the middle of July, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's more trades. Is our manager, not manager, but general manager, going to sell high on Ivan Calderon with the really good season he's having? Who knows? That would be pretty cool, depending on what we get, obviously. But I think there would be the good. It would be a good opportunity to get like a grade A prospect or something. So, anyway, all right. So for the first game, we are going to be facing Johnny Damon, Marvin Bernard, Matt Williams, Fred McGriff, Clay Bellinger, Darren Lewis, Alan Trammell, and Steve Decker. And of course, our starter is going to be Gabe White, fitting in for Jose Rosado, who's a little tired for pitching in the All-Star game. Why is that the view? I've played at Olympic Stadium a million times. Okay, maybe not a million, but I think that's what I want. Wide TV camera. Okay, we'll see what the action camera does. Alright, so sorry for that. Looks like we have to tweak the viewing settings yet again. Alright, so we are facing the Giants. We are at home after a pretty bad road trip in California, to be honest. It didn't go all that well over there. So, of course, play ball and go Expos. Alright, so Johnny Damon is first to face Gabe White here. 1-2 to count. Oh, we did win 5 out of 8 against the Giants overall this season, so it's actually a team we've been doing pretty good against. Oh, so Ruben Rivera gives us a... shows us that it was a good reason to put him at center field with a diving catch to start. Wow. Alright, so there's 1 out. Marvin Bernard is next. No count on Bernard. That's it to right. Grissom gets it. That's the second out of the inning. That brings up Matt Williams. No count on Matt Williams. And that's it pretty good to center, but Ruben Rivera is there to catch the ball, and it is now our turn to go bat. I'm gonna see if I can change that view. I don't like it all that much. Oh dear God, that's bad. I don't want that. No. Oh, that's what I want. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, we're good. So Marquise Grissom is going to get us started here in the bottom of the first, facing Trevor Wilson. We looked at Trevor Wilson's stats. Not completely disastrous, but not that great either. 1-2 to Grissom. That's it to first. McGriff gets it. That's the first out of the inning. Brett Barbery is next. 2-2. And he struck out looking. Ivan Calderon is the next batter. Full count to Calderon. and he walks. That was down and away. Charles Johnson, the batter. No count. Oh, they try to get Calderon at first, but he's safe. 2-1, and that's it. Oh, that's a hit to center. Calderon gets to third base on the play, or at least he's trying to, and he does. Alright, so we have runners on first and third now with 2 outs. Bill Doran is the batter. 0-1. Oh, that's a pass ball. Alright. So it is 1-0 Expos here in the bottom of the first. So Doran's still the batter, 1-2 with a runner on second base. That's it to short. And he's thrown out at first. So the Expos do get a run thanks to the pass ball, and it is 1-0 Expos here after 1. Right, Fred McGriff is the first batter in the second for the Giants, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. That's 1 out. Clay Bettinger is the next batter, 3-1. And he walks. Darren Lewis is next, 2-0 with a runner on first, 1 out. That's it to right. Grissom after it. I'm gonna need to get used to saying Grissom and not Whitten. Mark Whitten's been my right fielder for a year and a half. Alan Trammell is the next batter. No count on Trammell, 2 outs. That's it to right. Grissom after it. Catches it for the third out. So the Giants go down here in the second inning, and it is still 1-0 for the Expos. Right, Ruben Rivera gets us started in the bottom of the second. No count on Rivera. That's it to right. Oh, and it's cut by Bernard for the first out. Delino the Shields is the next batter. No count on the Shields. It's it weak liner to short, and it's cut by Trammell for the second out. And now Gabe White is going to be the batter, 1-2. Struck out swinging, so the Expos go down 1-2-3 here in the second inning. And we are heading into the top of the third. Steve Decker is going to be the first batter for the Giants. No count on Decker. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for the first out. Trevor Wilson is the next batter. 0-1. That's it to right. Oh my god, is that a home run? It sure is. We allowed a home run to the pitcher, Trevor Wilson. The game is tied at 1. The Expos cannot have nice things this year. We're having some struggles. We had a decent year last year, but this year it's been kind of meh. Alright, Johnny Damon is next. No count on Damon. That's it to first. Doran catches it, gets it to first, and that's the second out. Which brings Marvin Bernard, 1-0. That's it to center. That's going to be a hit. Falls in front of Rivera. So a single for Bernard. He keeps the inning alive. And now Matt Williams comes to bat, the ever-dangerous Matt Williams. No count. Oh, Bernard is going. And he's safe. Alright, so that's a stolen base for Marvin Bernard. He's now in scoring position for Matt Williams. 1-2. Struck out swinging. So we allow a solo blast to the other team's pitcher, but then we get out of trouble with a strikeout, and it is tied at 1 going into the bottom of the third. Ray Sanchez is the next batter. No count on Sanchez. That's it to left. And it's cut by Damon for the first out. Marquise Grissom gets up to bat, 1-1. That's it to right. And that's the second out of the inning. Right, Brett Barbary with 2 outs, no count. Oh, that's a hit to left. So the inning is still alive. with a single by Brett Barbary that brings up the ever dangerous Ivan Calderon, who's having one heck of a season. 1 and 2. Barbary's going and he's out. Boo! Still tied at 1, top of the 4th. Fred McGriff is the batter, 3 and 1, and he walks. All right, so we walked and struck out Fred McGriff so far. Clay Bellinger is the next batter. Runner on first, nobody out. 0 and 1. Oh, and that's... Alright, so that was a sacrifice bunt, which was successful. So McGriff gets to second base, and he's in scoring position. There's 1 out, and Darren Lewis is now the batter. 2 and 1. That's it to right. Grissom gets it. And their McGriff does not advance. Alan Trammell is going to be the next batter. There's 2 outs now. They need a hit. 1 and 2. Struck out swinging. Alright, so Gabe White has been getting strikeouts when he needed them. That's pretty cool. I mean, technically you can't always use a strikeout, right? But you know what I mean. Alright, so Calderon gets another shot now, but with nobody on base. 3 and 0. And he walks again. That was a little low. 4-pitch walk for Calderon. Now Charles Johnson is the next batter. 2 and 1. That's it to right, but not very deep. And that's caught by Lewis for the first out of the inning. Bill Duran is next, 1 and 0. That's it to second, and that's a double play. That's not good. Alright, still tied at 1 here at Olympic Stadium. Going into the top of the 5th. Steve Decker is going to be the batter now. No count to Decker. That's it, weakly. And it falls in. That's going to be a base hit, a little trickler there. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out. And Trevor Wilson is the batter, 1 and 2. Oh god, and he's bunting after hitting a home run, huh? Alright, so the sacrifice works. So Decker gets to second base. There's 1 out, and Johnny Damon is the batter now. No count on Johnny Damon. That's well it. That's gonna be for extra bases. Alright, so that's a double for Johnny Damon. And Decker scores, so it is now 2-1 for the Giants. Alright, Marvin Bernard is the next batter. Oh, Damon goes. Oh, and we got him. Alright, that's good. So there's nobody on base anymore, and there's 2 outs for Marvin Bernard, 1 and 0. That's it, weakly to left. Calderon should have that. And he does. That's the 3rd out of the inning. But the Giants score once to take a 2-1 lead here in Montreal. Right, Ruben Rivera comes to bat. 1 and 2. That's strike 3 looking. Delino De Shields is next. 0 and 1. Oh, that's well it. All the way to the fence. That's going to be extra bases for De Shields. That's a double. Alright, so we have a man in running position now. Scoring position. Wow. Woo. Alright, and now Gabe White is the batter. I'm not going to pinch it for him. He's been pitching pretty decent, so I'm going to keep him in. 1 and 2. That's it to second base. Alright, Gabe White is out, but he advances the Shields to third base. So now we need a hit from Ray Sanchez or another pass ball. Full count. That's it too short, and I think that's going to be it. It is. Alright, so we are unable to capitalize on the Shields double to make him score, so it is still 2-1 for the Giants. Alright, Matt Williams is the next batter, 2 and 2. That's it, weakly to left. Calderon after it. Catches it for the first out of the inning. Next is Fred McGriff, 1 and 1. That's it. Oh, opposite field. That was pretty well it, actually. Alright, so that's a single for McGriff. He's on first with 1 out, and now Clay Bellinger is going to be the batter, 2 and 2. Oh, that's well hit all the way to the fence, all the way to the top of the fence. It was almost a home run. Alright, so McGriff stops at third, and now there's runners on second and third with only one out. And Darren Lewis is the batter, 0-1. That's it too short. Oh god, that's an error by Ray Sanchez. Oh no, they counted that as an infield hit. Alright, so McGriff scores. Bellinger gets to third and Lewis is safe. That's considered a base hit. So now there's runners on first and third with one out. And Alan Trammell is the batter. 3-1 to Trammell. That's it weakly to center. Rivera after it. Are they going? They sure are. And he's safe. Alright, it's 4-1. That's going to be the last inning for Gabe White. So that's a sacrifice fly for Trammell. There's still a runner on first, 2 outs. Steve Decker is the batter, 2-1. That's it to center for it. Alright, so now there's runners on first and second with 2 out. Trevor Wilson is now the batter, 0-1. That's it to center. Rivera after it. He should have that. And he does. Alright, so the Giants add to their lead. And it is now 4-1 in the 6th inning. Marquise Grissom is going to be the first batter here in the bottom of the 6th. No count on Grissom. That's it to right. And that's caught by Bernard for the first out. Brett Barbery is next. 1-2. It to right. Bernard after it. And that's caught as well for the second out. Calderon is next. Full count. That's it to third. And he's out. So the Expos go down 1-2-3 here. And now it is time to bring a reliever in. Oh, look at that. I have access to Mike Kerrigan again. So I might as well bring him in. Alright, so Kerrigan is going to be my pitcher now. Johnny Damon is the first batter for the Giants in the top of the 7th. 2-1 to Johnny Damon. That's it to left. It's going to be extra bases. That's down the line and in the corner. Alright, so that's a double for Johnny Damon. And the Giants are threatening to score yet again. Right, Marvin Bernard is the next batter. Runner on second base. Nobody out. 1-2. That's it to short. And Bernard is out at first. But on the play, Damon gets to third base. There's one out now for Matt Williams. 1-1. That's it to center. That should be plenty deep enough to score Johnny Damon. And it is now 5-1 for the Giants. So the Expos are struggling yet again. Right, Fred McGriff is the next batter with 2 outs, 1-2. It weakly to center. Rivera after it catches it for the third out. The Giants add yet again to their lead. And it is now 5-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Right, so Trevor Wilson is actually pitching a pretty good game. Alright, Charles Johnson is next, 1-1. That's it weakly to third, and they're just gonna eat it. So that's an infield single. So we have a runner on first with nobody out. Bill Doran is the batter, 1-2. That's it to second, and that's a double play. Alright, so all of a sudden there's 2 outs for Ruben Rivera, 0-2. That's it to right, and it falls in. That's a base hit for Ruben Rivera. Alright, so there's a runner on first. There's 2 outs, and DeShields is the batter. I'm going to keep him. He hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat. No count. Oh, Rivera's going, and there's no throw on the play, so now Rivera's at second base. 2-2. Oh my god. Struck out looking for the shields. Alright. Yep, I'm gonna do a double switch. I'm gonna bring in Motter to pitch. I'm gonna try to get a couple innings from him, and of course, our favorite Todd Haney, he has a fire next to his name now, very well deserved. He's been playing pretty good lately. So he gets to come and play second base instead of the Shields. Alright, so the old-timer, well, I say old-timer, that's still younger than my real age. Rick Mahler is the pitcher now, and he's going to be facing Clay Bellinger. 0-1. Top of the 8th. Bellinger flies to center. Rivera catches it. That's the first out of the inning. Darren Lewis is next, 1-0. That's it. And that's a single to center for Darren Lewis. So the Giants get a runner on board with 1 out. And Alan Trammell is going to be the next batter, 0-1. That's it to right, and it falls in front of Grissom for a base hit. So now there's runners on first and second with only 1 out. Steve Decker is the next batter, 1-1. That's it to the pitcher. And we get the runner at second base, but that's all we get. So now there's runners on first and third with 2 outs. And the pitcher, Trevor Wilson, is the batter, 0-1. That's it to second base. And he's out. Alright, so 2 hits allowed by Rick Mahler, but we get out of it without allowing a run. It is still 5-1 for the Giants. Right, the man of the moment, Todd Haney, is now the batter. No count here in the bottom of the 8th. That's it, weakly to right. And Bernard catches it for the first out of the inning. Ray Sanchez is next. No count on Sanchez. Grounds it to short. Oh. That counts as an infield single. So Sanchez gets on with an infield single. 1 out. Marquise Grissom is next. 1-1. That's it pretty good all the way to the fence. Come on, buddy. Run, buddy, run. Alright, so we have runners on second and third now with only 1 out. And Brett Barbary hasn't done much today. He did get a hit. Alright, he's 1 for 3. Alright, so 2 runners on, 1 out, 2-2. And Barbary strikes out swinging. Oh dear God. Alright, that brings up Ivan Calderon. Come on, buddy. 3-1. And he walks, so that loads up the bases for Charles Johnson. They're keeping Trevor Wilson in. Alright, so Charles Johnson has the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, and we're down 4 runs. Full count. Oh, and he walks, so that walks in a run. So it is now 5-2. Easiest RBI you can get. You don't even have to swing the bat for it. Alright, Bill Doran is next. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-1. And he walks. Wow, Trevor Wilson walks in. Runners on back-to-back batters here. So it is a 5-3. Yeah, they're bringing in a reliever. It's going to be Kevin Gross on the mound now. I'm going to swing with Rivera. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-2 to Rivera. Come on, don't strike out. And he struck out. Alright, so we get 2 runs back, but we're still down 2. The Giants are up 5-3 going into the top of the ninth. Johnny Damon is going to be the first batter to face us here in the ninth inning. Three and 0. And he walks on 4 pitches. That brings up Marvin Bernard, 3 and 2. Alright, so Bernard struck out, but Damon stole the base on the play. So now there's 1 out and a runner on second base with Matt Williams, the batter, full count. And he struck out. There you go, struck out swinging. He went too far. Alright, 2 outs, runner on second. Fred McGriff now the batter, 1 and 0. That's it to center. Rivera after it. Catches it for the 3rd out. Alright, so that's our last chance. We're going into the bottom of the ninth, down 2. We're at home. And Kevin Gross is so the pitcher. I'm going to go with Woody Green. Alright, Woody Green is the batter. Full count. That's it to first. And he's thrown out at first. That's 1 out. Todd Haney is next, 1 and 1. That's it weakly to left. And that's cut by Damon. There's 2 outs now. Alright, so Ray Sanchez is our last out. No count. That's it to left. And that's it pretty well. All the way to the fence. That's going to be extra bases for Ray Sanchez. Alright, so that's a double. So we have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Marquise Grissom is the batter. 2 and 2. That's it to left. That's a base hit. Alright, so Sanchez holds at 3rd. So there's runners on 1st and 3rd. 2 outs. Bottom of the ninth. Brett Barber is the batter. We need a hit here. Come on, buddy. Full count. That's it, too short. Oh, is that an error or a... Yeah, it's a single. Alright, so it's 5-4 now. So runners on 1st and 2nd. There's 2 outs. And Ivan Calderon comes to bat. That's like, you know, the one player we would want in that situation. 2 and 2. And Calderon strikes out at a bad pitch. Oh my god, we almost came back in that one, but we lost by 1, 5-4. Oh, tough first game. Alright, so let's see if the general manager gives us some something to work with here. Oh wow. Jeff Manto had a 3 home run game against the California Angels. Now, if you're watching that and you're younger, back in the day, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim used to be the California Angels. They even made a movie on that team. Okay, alright, so let's go ahead and advance. I have a suspicion that my lineup is going to change a little bit here. Oh, so we lost Kerrigan and we received Johnny Knott instead. So Johnny Knott comes back. Johnny Knott of, you know, 3 errors in 1 game fame, you know. I was hoping for a little bit of a better boost. Alright, so Tom Gordon is here. So I'm gonna be using him as a starter. So I looked at him prior to shooting or to start the stream here. So he has 4 pitches. I would say he has 2 average pitches and 2 good pitches. So that's good enough to be a starter. His stamina is not the highest, but he should be able to give me a good 6 innings, usually with about 64. So yeah, he's 26. I'm not sure he's gonna get much better than his 2.5 stars that he is, but that's better than, you know, a lot of other starters that I have. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Tom Gordon in for Gabe White. Gabe White gets back to long relief. Alright, and now, are you tired? No, you're not. You're ready to go. So here. Alright, Tom Gordon becomes my second starter now. So I've been moving Rosado around. That's okay. He's 19. He has to learn to deal with it. There you go. As far as... yeah, I was hoping to get somebody a little bit better than Johnny Nutt. Johnny Nutt can play in the outfield. At least in left field and center field. So I'm going to be using him there. He's a 2.5 star player. He should be better than what he's been giving me so far. So let's give Johnny Nutt, you know, more chances here. Alright. Alright, so for game 2, we're going to be facing Pedro Pena. So Pedro Pena is 7-7. He did pitch pretty good against us last time he pitched, I believe. And we're going to be sending Katsumasa Ota. Ota has been okay for us so far. I mean, he's my 5th starter, so I'm not like expecting for him to be lights out or anything. So for a 5th starter, he's given me what you expect from that. So I cannot complain too much about that. Alright, so yeah, let's go for game 2, folks. You know what? I'm gonna try Johnny Nutt at center field. I know, I'm crazy. He has a little bit of pop in his bat. Let's see if he can do something. I'm gonna leave him batting 7th. Billy Doran is usually a safe bat. He doesn't strike out much, so that gives me an opportunity to have a runner on base. And then let's see what he can do with his power. So let's try Johnny Nutt at center field. At third base, it was terrible. He had 3 errors in 1 game. I don't know I want to play him there ever again, but let's try him at center field. Alright, so the Giants are going to send Johnny Damon, Marvin Bernard, Matt Williams, Fred McGriff, Clay Bellinger, Darren Lewis, Alan Trammell, and Steve Decker. So the exact same lineup that beat us yesterday. We are going with a little bit of a different, mostly because we're facing a righty instead of a lefty. So we're going to go with my almost optimal lineup. We're trying Johnny Nutt at center, so of course, play ball. Alright, so Johnny Damon is going to be the first batter to face Katsumasa Ota here in the top of the first. 1-1 to Johnny Damon. That's it down the line and right, and that's gonna be a hit to start the game for the Giants. That's a double. Alright, so 1 batter up, and he's standing at second base. Now Marvin Bernard is gonna be the batter. 1-1. That's it to center. Johnny Nutt after it. He catches it for the first out. Alright, on the play, Johnny Damon gets to third base. Alright, so Matt Williams is next. 0-2 to Matt Williams. That's it to short. And he's out. Alright, so but on the play, Johnny Damon scores. So the Giants are up 1-0 here in the first inning. Fred McGriff is the next batter with 2 outs, 0-1. And Calderon goes pretty casually after it, catches the ball, and that's the third out of the inning, sorry. We are going into the bottom of the first. We are down 1-0. Delino De Shields is going to be the first one to face Pedro Pena. 1-2. That's it weakly to the shortstop, and he is out on a perfect throw. Marquise Grissom is next, full count. And he struck out looking. That's 2 outs. Ivan Calderon is the next batter, 0-1. That's it to right for a single. So opposite field single for Ivan Calderon. And there's 2 outs now for Charles Johnson. 1-2. And Calderon steals second base. 2-2 now. And Charles Johnson flies it to center pretty weakly, and it is cut for the 3rd out. Expos are unable to score a run, so we are still down 1-0. Clay Bellinger is the next batter, 0-2. That's it weakly to the catcher in foul territory. Charles Johnson gets that, and that's 1 out. Darren Lewis is next, 1-0. Grounds it to second base. The Shields with the throw, and he is out for the 2nd out. Alan Trammell is next. 2 outs, 2-1. It's it to first. Doran with the ball, throws it to the pitcher, and that's it for the Giants in the 2nd inning. Still 1-0 for them, though. Woody Green is next. Full count. And he walks. Alright. So leadoff walk to start the inning here for the Expos. Bill Doran is next. 2-1. That's it to short. That's counted as an infield single. So now we have runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out. Johnny Knott. Alright. That's a prime opportunity, man. Show me you want to be in the lineup more often. 1-2. And he struck out looking. That's not making me happy. That's my pet peeve. Striking out looking with men in scoring position. Ray Sanchez is next. Runners on 1st and 2nd. 1 out. 1-1. That's it to 3rd. And they get the runner at 2nd base. But that's all they get. So there's runners on 1st and 3rd now with 2 outs. But we have the pitcher coming. Katsumasa Ota still doesn't have a hit this season. 2-2. Oh, and he gets it. So now we have the bases juiced with 2 outs. And Delino De Shields is the batter. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. All right. So Ota is the pitcher still. He's going to be facing Steve Decker in the top of the 3rd. Full count to Steve Decker. And he walks. Leadoff walk for the Giants. That brings up Pedro Pena as the next batter. He's going to bunt. And he does. And the sacrifice is successful. He's out at 1st. Decker gets to 2nd base with only 1 out. Johnny Damon is the next batter. 3-1. That's it weakly. Ray Sanchez after it catches it for the 2nd out. Alright, so Decker is still at 2nd base with 2 outs. Marvin Bernard is the batter now. 1-0. Grounds it to 3rd. And he's out. Alright, so the Giants do not score on that opportunity. Bottom of the 3rd. That's a good opportunity for us with batters 2, 3, and 4 to get us on the board, maybe. So Grissom is the first batter. No count on Grissom. That's it. And it falls in for a base hit. I wasn't sure if it was going to get cut. It went right above Alan Trammell's head. Alright, so runner on 1st. Nobody out. Ivan Calderon is the batter. 1-1. Grissom goes, of course. Alright, that's a 49th stolen base this season, so now he's in scoring position with nobody out. 2-2 to Calderon. It's it. Oh, that's it pretty good. That's a home run. Alright, so Ivan Calderon with the 2-run blast, and just like that, we are suddenly up 1. It is 2-1 for the Expos, thanks to a 2-run blast by Ivan Calderon. Charles Johnson is the next batter, 1-1. That's it to center. And that's cut by Darren Lewis, and that is out number 1. Woody Green is next, 1-2. That's it to second base. And he grounds out. That's 2 outs now. And now Billy Doran is next, 1-1. And that's it safely in right field for a single. So Doran gets on base. That's going to bring up Johnny Nutt with a runner on first and 2 outs. Let's see if he can do better than striking out. 0-1. Oh, that's mishandled here. That's a wild pitch. So Doran gets to second base with 2 outs. 2-2. Johnny Nutt hits it to second base and he is out. At least he made contact with the ball. I'm not an overly demanding manager. I just ask that you don't strike out looking with runners in scoring position. That just drives me nuts. Alright, Katsumasa Ota still on the mound for us. Matt Williams is the batter for the Giants. Top of the 4th, 2-1. Grounds it to second base. The Shields with the throw, and there's 1 out in the 4th inning for the Giants. Fred McGriff is next, 3-2. Oh, that's it pretty good in left field. Oh god, and then there's an error by Calderon. Alright, so there's an error by Calderon in left field. So now Fred McGriff is at second base with 1 out. Clay Bellinger is the batter, 2-0. That's it to left. That's it pretty good, and just like that, the Giants take a 1-run lead. That was a 2-run blast. It is now 3-2 for the Giants. My lead lasted all of 18 seconds, maybe. Alright, Darren Lewis is next. No count on Lewis. Grounds it to short, and that's going to be an infield hit, I believe. Yep, so still 1 out. Runner on first. Adam Trammell is the batter. No count. Lewis is going, and he's safe. That was his 20th stolen base this season, so he's now in scoring position. 1-0 to Trammell, and now Lewis goes for third. And he's safe again. Uh-oh. So now they have a runner on third with 1 out. Full count on Trammell. And he walks. Well, I guess that enacts the double play. Steve Decker is next. That's a double play that we really needed. Alright, but the Giants get a 2-run blast by Clay Bellinger, and it is now 3-2 for the Giants. Ray Sanchez is the first batter in the 4th for us, 2-2. Oh, that's it pretty good. That's going to be an extra base hit all the way to the fence. That's a double for Ray Sanchez. That's good. Alright, so Ota is the next batter. Runner on second base, nobody out, 2-2. And that's bunted toward first, and the sacrifice is in order. Alright, so Sanchez gets to third base on the plate. There's 1 out. The Shields is the batter now, so you only need to hit the ball somewhere deep. Full count, and he walks. Alright, so we have runners on first and third now with 1 out. Grissom is the batter. No count. Oh, pass ball or wild pitch. Yeah, that's a wild pitch. So we tie the game. And on the plate, the Shields get to second base. And now Marquise Grissom is still the batter. 3-1. That's it to third base. And he's thrown out. The Shields do not advance on the play. So now there's 2 outs. Runner on second base for Ivan Calderon. 1-1. That's it. Weakly to short. And he's thrown out. But we managed to tie the game thanks to a wild pitch. It is now 3-3. Pedro Pena is the batter now in the top of the 5th, 2-2. And he struck out swinging. Johnny Damon is next. Full count. That's it, too short. And he's out. That's the second out of the inning. Marvin Bernard is next, 2-2. That's it to center. Johnny Nutt after it. And he catches it for the third out. Alright, so at least Johnny Nutt is doing a lot better at center field than he did at third base that one time he played there. Right, Charles Johnson is getting us started in the bottom of the fifth. 0-1. That's it to center. Lewis after it. Catches it for the first out. Woody Green is the next batter. 2-1. Grounds out to first. That's 2 outs. Bill Doran is next. Full count on Bill Doran. That's a single to right again. So Bill Doran is giving Johnny Nutt a lot of opportunities to shine here in this game. That's exactly why I put Johnny Nutt after Bill Doran. Alright, so 2 outs, runner on first. Johnny Nutt is the batter. No count. Bill Doran is going, oh, what's going on here? Well, he did steal the base, so now he's at second base with 2 outs, 2-2. And Johnny Nutt struck out swinging, so Johnny Nutt doesn't get to be a cool story in this game. I tried to have Johnny Nutt. I like his name, but he's not giving me what I need. Alright, so I think Ota is good for one more inning. He hasn't pitched too terribly, to be honest. Alright, so Matt Williams is the first batter here, 1-1. That's it to left, and that falls in front of Calderon for a base hit. So runner on first, nobody out for Fred McGriff. Full count. Oh, struck out looking. Matt Williams goes, but he manages to steal the base. That would have been awesome if we would have thrown him out at second on top of the strikeout. Clay Bellinger is next. There's runner on second and 1 out, 1-0. That's it weakly to center, but right in front of Johnny Nutt. So now the Giants take the lead once again. It is 4-3 for the Giants here on the top of the 6th. On the play, Bellinger gets to second base. Right, Darren Lewis is next, 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. Alright, he's thrown out at first. There's 2 outs now. Bellinger gets to third on the play. And Alan Trammell is the batter, 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Alright, that was the last inning for Ota. My 5th starter got me 6 innings. Also, we're losing. Alright, Ray Sanchez is next. 1-1. That's it to right, and it falls in front of Bernard. So we have a runner on first base with nobody out. And I am going to bring in a pinch hitter, which will be Brett Barbary, because he can hit from the left side. Right, runner on first, nobody out. Brett Barbary comes in as a pinch hitter, 3-1. That's it to right, but pretty much right at Bernard, and that's the first out of the inning. The Giants bring in a reliever. Dave Fitzpatrick is going to be the pitcher. Delino DeShields is the batter. 1 out, 1-2. Runner on first. That's it to second base, and they get the lead runner, but they do not get DeShields at first. So there's 2 outs now, and we have DeShields. Alan Trammell got hurt on the play, but he gets to stay in the game. Right, 2 outs, runner on first. Marquise Grissom is the batter. There's a good chance DeShields is gonna run. And he is. And he's safe. 36 stolen bases for Delino DeShields. 1-0. Oh, Grissom hits it beautifully all the way to the fence. DeShields is going to score on the play. Grissom gets to second base. So the game is tied at 4 thanks to a double by Marquise Grissom. Ivan Calderon is next. 2 outs. Runner on second base. 1-0. Calderon hits it weakly to third. And he's thrown out. So the game is now tied at 4. And we are going in the top of the 7th. I think it's time for Jim Dea to come in. Alright, he's gonna face Steve Decker first. 1-2 to Decker. That's a base hit to center. Alright, not exactly what I wanted. And now they are bringing in a pinch hitter, Brant Brown, a lefty, to face the lefty. No count. Oh, he's bunting. Alright, sacrifice works, so Decker gets to second base, and he is out at first, of course. So now there's 1 out. Runner on second base, Johnny Damon is the batter, 1-1. And that's a weak hit to center. And they held the runner at third base, so there's runners on first and third, 1 out. Marvin Bernard is the next batter. Full count. Come on, double play. Oh, nope. Alright, so the runner scores. We got Bernard at first, and Johnny Damon is safe at second base. And the Giants are back up 5-4. Now Matt Williams is the batter. 2 outs, runner in scoring position. 0-2. Struck out swinging. That's the 3rd out of the inning. Alright, so bottom of the 7th, we have Charles Johnson batting here against Dave Fitzpatrick. Full count. And he struck out swinging. Woody Green is next. Full count. And he walks. So that's a runner on first and 1 out. Bill Doran is next. 1-1. And Green steals second base without a throw. Alright. Oh, Woody Green goes for third and he's out. We were too aggressive on that. Full count to Bill Doran, and he struck out swinging. Alright, let's go. Alright, we're gonna pitch to McGriff here with Dea. 1-1. Grounds it to first, and he's out. And now I'm going to let's go with Doris. Alright, Doris is going to be facing Clay Bellinger with 1 out, 0-1. And he's drilled. Alright. Alright, so they're bringing in a pinch hitter. Kevin Miller is going to be the batter now. Runner on first, 1 out, 1-1. And he's going, and he's safe. Bellinger gets his 4th stolen base of the season. Runner on second base, 1 out. 1-2 to Kevin Miller. And he struck out swinging. Sorry. Alan Trammell is the next batter with 2 outs, 1-0. And that falls in front of Grissom. And they add another run to their lead. It is now 6-4 for the Giants. On the play, Trammell gets to second base. 2 outs, Steve Decker the batter, 1-0. That's it to second base. The Shields with the throw, and he's out. But the Giants add 1 more run to their lead. It is now 6-4 going into the bottom of the 8th. Dave Righetti is the pitcher now for the Giants. Johnny Nutt is going to be the first one to face him. No count for Johnny Nutt. That's it really well. All the way to the fence. Johnny Nutt with extra base hit here. I'm glad I didn't give up on him. Alright, so a double to start the 8th inning. And now we have Ray Sanchez. He's 2 for 3. You stay in the game, buddy. Full count. Oh, he struck out on that one. Alright. We're going to bring in, you know it, Todd Ainey. Oh, he already lost his fire. That didn't take long. Alright, so Todd Ainey is the batter now. Dave Righetti is still the pitcher. 2-0. That's it to second base. Ainey is out. Did I say second base? Was it second base or shortstop? I don't remember. Anyway. He's out. And we get Johnny Nutt to go to third base. But there's 2 outs now for Delino the Shields. 1 and 2. And he struck out swinging, of course. So Johnny Nutt stays at third base. And we are going into the top of the 9th now. Oh, they kept Brant Brown in there. Okay. Well, since I'm facing only lefties, I'm going to bring in Ben Van Ryn, who's been doing okay as a reliever. Oh, pinch hitter Brian Banks is going to be the batter now. 1 and 2. And he struck out swinging. That's the first out of the inning. Johnny Damon is next. 1 and 0. That's it to the pitcher. And he's thrown out at first. 2 outs. Bernard is next. 1 and 1. That's it to first. And he's out. So Ben Van Ryn with a pretty good inning. He's gotten me used to that. I might take it for granted now. Alright, Kevin Gross comes in yet again in a save situation. So Marquise Grissom is going to be the first batter to face him. 1 and 2. That's it weekly to right. Bernard after it very casually. And that's the first out of the inning. Ivan Calderon is next. 1 and 1. Grounds it to third, and that's the second out of the inning. Right, Charles Johnson is our last out. We are down 6-4 here in the bottom of the 9th, 1 and 2. Oh, that's well hit all the way to the fence. That's extra bases for Charles Johnson. He wheels all the way to second base. Right, that brings up Willie Green. 2 outs, runner on second base. 1 and 2. That's it weekly, but it falls in. Oh, we didn't score on that. We're holding the batter at, not the batter, the runner at third base. So there's runners on first and third. There's 2 outs. Billy Doran is the next batter. He's 3 for 4 in this game. Come on, don't let me down, Billy. 2 and 2. That's it weekly to first, and he's the third out of the inning. So we lost yet again. 6-4. That's a 6 game losing streak. That's not good. Alright, so not much to say. We lost fair and square. So Mark Portugal continues to be really good with the cards here. He threw a shutout game against the Rockies. Oh, there's been a trade. Oh, Kevin Gross just got traded, so we don't get to face him for the next 2 games because he's been pitching pretty good. Alright, so the Giants made a trade with the Yankees. Eli Marrero, Danny Hoyas, and Ronaldo Bullock go to the Giants for Kevin Gross. So Eli Marrero, I do remember him. He was a catcher. I believe he played for the Cards, maybe other teams. And I don't remember Danny Oyas or Ronaldo Bullock. Right, and then Kevin Groves is... Yeah, it looks like the Giants didn't get all that much for Kevin Groves. That almost scares me. If that's all they got for a 3.5-star pitcher, what would we get for Ivan Calderon? I don't know. All right, so I am going to stop here, as I said, so that's gonna be it for now. I may or may not be back later today to finish the 4-game series. If not, I will be back tomorrow at the same time or thereabouts. So I do want to thank you for tuning in, and if you're watching that on YouTube and you've liked the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of that good stuff. And until I roll this game again, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.